Wait, did NASCAR just drop one of the biggest bombshells of the season? What if I told you a routine pit stop turned into a full-blown controversy, and now Tyler Reddick is at the center of a cheating scandal that has fans questioning everything? Was it a mistake or something much bigger? Stay with me, because this story just took a wild turn. It all went down at the Circuit of the Americas, COTA, a track known for its sharp turns, intense braking zones, and zero room for error. This isn't your typical oval. This is where strategy, precision, and discipline separate winners from the rest. And heading into the race, Tyler Reddick was one of the drivers everyone had their eyes on. Fast car, strong momentum, and a real shot at victory. From the drop of the green flag, the energy was electric. Drivers were battling hard, pushing limits, and navigating the tricky corners of COTA. Reddick looked sharp early on, smooth lines, confident overtakes, and a car that seemed dialed in perfectly. Everything was going according to plan until it wasn't. As the race progressed, pit strategy became critical. Teams had to execute flawlessly. One small mistake in the pits can undo everything built on the track, and that's exactly where things. During a crucial pit stop, Reddick's crew went to work, tires off, tires on, fuel in, and back out. At first glance, it looked like a standard stop, but just moments after he rejoined the track, something felt off. A wheel wasn't secure. Now, here's where it gets serious. NASCAR has a strict rule when it comes to loose wheels. If a wheel is not properly attached and comes loose or creates a safety concern, it's considered a major violation. Why? Because it puts not just the driver, but everyone on the track at risk. And in this case, officials noticed. Cameras caught the issue developing, and NASCAR didn't waste time reviewing it. The question quickly spread across the garage and fans watching at home. Was this just a pit crew mistake, or was there something else going on? The word cheating started circulating, and fast. Now, let's be clear. In NASCAR, not every penalty means intentional wrongdoing. But when something like this happens during a high-stakes race, speculation explodes. Some fans believed the team may have pushed the limits too far to gain an advantage. Others argued it was simply human error under pressure. But NASCAR, they went straight to the rule book, and the decision was immediate and harsh. The pit crew members responsible for the wheel change were handed a 2-race suspension. Just like that. No warnings, no delays. The rule is clear: if a loose wheel occurs after a pit stop, the crew members involved face an automatic suspension. Inside the garage, the mood shifted instantly. What started as a competitive race weekend turned into damage control. Crew chiefs, engineers, and team members were now dealing with the fallout of a mistake that could impact their entire season. For Reddick, this wasn't just about one race anymore. Losing key pit crew members for 2 races. That's huge. Pit stops are everything in NASCAR. They can win you races or cost you everything. In interviews, Reddick stayed composed. He didn't point fingers, he didn't make excuses. Instead, he focused on moving forward, emphasizing trust in his team and learning from what happened. But you could feel it, the frustration, the disappointment, the pressure. Meanwhile, fans were going wild online. Some were calling it a clear violation that deserved the penalty. Others, not so convinced. They argued the punishment felt too harsh for what could have been a simple mistake. And then there were those who leaned into the drama, claiming this was proof of teams bending rules behind the scenes. Racing analysts jumped into the conversation too. They broke down the footage, analyzed the pit stop timing, and explained just how easy it is for something like this to happen in the heat of the moment. When you've got seconds to perform, even the smallest misstep can turn into a massive issue. But here's the bigger picture. This incident doesn't just affect one race, it could shape the trajectory of the entire season. For the team, losing experienced pit crew members means adjustments, new roles, and a potential drop in performance during critical moments. Consistency is everything in NASCAR, and disruptions like this can ripple through multiple races. And then there's the competitive landscape. Every point matters. Every finish counts. And while one mistake might seem small, in a tight championship battle, it can make all the difference. Now, let's talk about the mindset moving forward, because this is where resilience comes into play. Drivers like Reddick, and competitors across the field know that setbacks are part of the sport. The real test isn't avoiding mistakes, it's how you respond to them. And in NASCAR, comebacks are often what define a season. There's also another layer here, one that fans are watching closely. How does NASCAR enforce its rules? Are penalties consistent? Are teams being held to the same standard across the board? Moments like this spark bigger conversations about fairness, safety, and the integrity of the sport. And that's why this story has everyone talking. Because it's not just about a loose wheel. It's about trust, pressure, precision, and the fine line between pushing limits and crossing them. As the next races approach, all eyes will be on Reddick and his team. Can they bounce back? Can they maintain performance without key crew members? And most importantly, can they put this controversy behind them and focus on winning? One thing's for sure, this season just got a whole lot more interesting. So what do you think? Was this just a costly mistake, or something that deserved every bit of the penalty? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe, because if this is how the season is unfolding now, you won't want to miss what happens next.